What I realized is that beyond the phone, there were many other kinds of devices, many other consumer electronics devices, tablets, laptops, portable gaming players, book readers, many other devices that also needed to connect to the network and use communication technology, but not as a phone. And that kind of capability was something that needs a very different kind of infrastructure, different business models. And I wanted to create a company to help device makers deliver on that promise, solve their problem, bring those problems, those solutions to the market. And that's what Macheen does.
So what are the different infrastructure needs?
So from a device maker standpoint, what they're looking to do is build an always connected capability to the tablet, to the other CE devices, and then use it to deliver new services, new connections to the cloud, new content that's always available, and to do it as close to 100% of the time as possible. So really to enable that and allow them to use their own brand, their own go-to-market channels, and set their own rules for what their product is and how it's sold into the market. That's really the challenge. And what we've done is we've created a global service platform, a cloud service to do exactly that.
And Dell is
Dell is our first customer. We're live, and Dell is live with our product under their brand, both in Europe and the US, for a range of laptops that come to the market hot out of the box, meaning they're already connected. When the customer gets the product, it's literally already connected and inviting them to use content or services on the internet built in.
So does there need to be communication or any similarities between your product and the products that people are used to using on phones?
It's a good question. So first of all, what we do is we've gone and partnered with different carriers in different places, different network types, but mobile operators, and we've built the connectivity underneath our platform, which is a new type of service. And then we offer that white label to the device makers, meaning that we give them the ability to build in the capabilities without having to become experts in that area. If you think about the Amazon Kindle, it's a great example. We don't do the Amazon Kindle. Amazon built it out as a platform, as a major investment. But what that does is a great role model for the Kindle ebook reader and now their new tablet, because people don't think about wanting to get it connected or going to form a new carrier relationship. They just expect the device to be connected and to offer them things like the book is always available when they buy it. We do that same kind of thing. We do it for device makers for a lot of different kinds of devices. And we do it so they don't have to do any heavy lifting to bring that to the market.
Right, and the user experience though is not that different from, for example, with the
Yeah.
iPhone and the tablet, it's the same.
So the iPhone is interesting because the iPhone is a phone. The phone is an always-on product. You expect it to be always connected, so you can only make a phone call. The question is, what about all the other devices? What about your tablet? What about your media player? What about all these other devices? People don't expect that they're going to go buy a data plan for every one of those devices. They just expect it to be connected, and when they want to do something with it, it should just offer it to them. And that's the kind of capability and the kind of context that we extend, so that as more and more of these devices, I think the analyst number is something like 1.5 billion or more non-phone devices that will be connected to phone networks. As more and more of those are connected, how does that happen? How do the device makers and the VARs bring that to the market? And how do we deliver on the expectations that people have for just plain working, not thinking about it, and not having to think about more and more data plans, but just getting what they want, whether it's media or entertainment or access to their corporate firewall services.
Right, right. Okay, and then how many people do you employ here?
So our extended force is somewhere in the order of 30 people, something like that. We've already got service running in Europe and the US. We've got subsidiaries in various parts of Europe as well as corporate headquarters here in Austin.
And you've raised one round of funding?
2 rounds of funding. We just finished a second round of funding, tier one venture capital investors plus a series of leading industry executives behind us.
Great. And how much was that?
So the second round we just finished over the summer was about a $10 million second round.
Okay. And who are some of the VCs?
So the first round was DFJ, DFJ Mercury, with Tom Meredith, Mike Maple Sr., Yechiam Yamini as individual investors. We added Northbridge, an East Coast and West Coast venture capital investor as well to the mix. So we're well funded, going after a very large opportunity.
Okay, great. And do you expect to remain as an independent company for a while?
Yeah, it's a large market opportunity. We're seeing good traction, good interest. We're growing. Like I always think about in starting companies, what I focus on is delivering value into the market. You deliver value, you grow. You don't think about what's going to happen after, right? It's the best way to actually create successful companies. No, I think the overall point is perhaps to think about the maturing of the industry beyond computing and beyond laptops, thinking about all of the devices taking on the kind of connectivity that's here, but in a smarter way, a more hidden way, so that many other products have the capability to reach out and use the cloud and use the internet to make their devices smarter and cheaper and more accessible. And that's the kind of trend for machine to machine or an Internet of Things that we're really trying to encourage and solve some of the key enabling problems the industry is having right now to allow that to be widespread.
What are some of those key enablers?
One of the issues is that thinking of a device maker, margins are very low. Hardware margins are very low. Cost of goods need to be improved. And one of the key things is how can they build in more and more capability but lowering the cost at the same time? And the cloud, delivering more services from the cloud instead of building more and more hardware cost of goods is one of the key ways to do it. In order to do that, they have to find ways for this to be connected. So delivering the connectivity, lowering the cost of goods, and having more and more features built in and promoted as part of the device, but delivered from somewhere else. Finding the formula to do that is really one of the key challenges, and that's where we help the device makers do it, and do it with their own brand and things that people expect to find within smarter and smarter devices.
Are there any other device makers that you want to mention?
I can't mention any others right now. We've had quite a bit of interest. We're working with a number of them. We haven't made any other announcements at this time. But there are a large number of consumer electronics that are going through the same problem and have come to us as they've seen what we've done and we've released into the market. So.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have it set you back